Hello everyone, it's a great and beautiful day outside, and today I want to talk about the issue of habit. Now, for a long time, I always thought that what you did was more based in motivation. People would say, oh, I have the willpower to go ahead and do something, to have that drive, and this had always worked for me for starting things. I would start a project, have that will and drive, but then I'd eventually get this burnout feeling more, like partway through, and started struggling. And people tend to think that there's just some people that have more of that push and energy and all of that to get through the hard parts. But the more I've done research and looked into it, I'm noticing that most of the issues come along with habit. See, when I do something continuously, like every single day, over and over again, I become more accustomed to it. This means that, surprisingly, it's not the after 2 weeks when things become harder if you do it this way, but it's actually getting through the first 2 weeks. Because once you branch into that habit, being able to do something to not get, you're not focusing on keeping the energy high and like focus with it. You're just focusing on keeping it as something in the back of your mind and just doing it every day. Good example, brushing your teeth. You don't think much about brushing your teeth. You don't have that energy and that drive to brush your teeth. You just brush your teeth and you do it every day. And it now becomes more stressful for you to not brush your teeth than it does to brush your teeth. So if you wanted to translate this into running, instead of being like uber passionate with running when you're first starting and buying those running magazines and getting all those running gear and yada yada yada, just wake up in the morning and go for a run. Do it the same time next day and just keep it up every single day. Within a month to 2 months, it'll become more habit prone and it just becomes something that you do versus something that you focus on. And I think that's really what it's going to need for me, for especially doing the whole diet change, going more towards vegan, as well as trying to get myself really back into shape, is not making my life about these things, incorporating them into my schedule, into my routine, and really keeping it mostly at that. Yeah, it's important to focus on progress and to focus when these things occur, but to not make it so much of a willpower exercise, because willpower is a finite thing. You can't just keep pulling willpower out of the woodwork. It's gonna falter out at some point. So really just stop trying to focus with it. Just make those habits, make those good habits. Remember, you didn't become the way you are. And in like diet and exercise, I didn't gain a bunch of weight by focusing on gaining a bunch of weight. I did it because I chose bad habits and just continued to do them without thinking. So by the time that I did think about what was happening, it was already like months down the line. So the same is with you. You're trying to get into a routine. Remember, you didn't get into this through willpower and focus. You got into this through habit, and you're gonna get out of this through habit too. And yeah, it's gonna keep today's video short and enjoy the day. So that's today.